Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Final Fantasy Reviews video. We've got for you Final Fantasy 8 review, and also preemptively all those things I talked about with those other units. They're not worth it, as expected. It's really good that they're giving a bunch of units them because it gives me some box space. Because you convert them into shards and then you give them the buff, so I get a lot of extra space that I really desperately need. So that's good. Mattel's is okay, but she really needed like a triple cast that's like universal, that's not like limited, and I don't think she got that. Yuna's is whatever, it's okay I guess, but evoke damage dealers will never be better than physical damage dealers and also magic damage dealers, pretty much, so whatever. So let's talk about Squall. Pretty decent accessory, 500 flat attack and defense. Yes, he is actually a physical tanking unit, even though he is primarily a DPS. That's interesting. Zest TMR is also pretty interesting because it's like almost like that Irvinus TMR. Almost. BC is really bad. Those stats are even worse than normal. Why is that so bad? Whatever. Also, he gets an exclusive weapon. Only 241 attack, so you might not even use this over the 200 Dark Vision Greatsword, actually. But for new players, you'll be decent because it gives 500 fly attack as well. So you're getting 1,000 from just an accessory and a free weapon. So as a new player, this is actually the time to start playing if you want to pull for. If you get Squall, you just get his TMR and you get this, and you have 1,000 flat attack on him. Plus a good leader skill under his own, he'll be really strong on his own leader skill because it's 1,500%. Anyways, if you go to EX2, you get 300% light magic, or light amp for himself, sorry. And also at EX1, 150% for everybody else, including himself, so that's good. Yes, he does have cover. Physical cover, quite good, actually. That's actually quite interesting, and also provoke. I wish he had quadcast though, because there's a lot of things he wants to do, but okay. 88% full break, which is also not bad. I mean, yeah, it's not 89 for the defense and spirit, but that's pretty good in a pinch when you need to like roll compress, because there's been some battles recently where you need to like seriously roll compress or being only certain categories. And let's look at his categories very quickly here. Don't care about most of those. The Guardians, Elite Soldier Savers, and Swordmasters, those are pretty good. Everything beyond above the Guardians probably doesn't matter besides maybe the elements, I guess, but attacker and physical tank in Final Fantasy 8 don't really matter unless they're restricted to those, like Final Fantasy 8 only. So pretty good. We actually finally have a physical tank for Final Fantasy 8. I don't think there even is one. Pretty sure there is none. So that'll be good if you need a tank for maybe. Ultimacy seems like she'd be doing magic, but still, it's pretty nice to have that. Also, I think he has Omni cover, so that's also pretty good. It also has 200% resistances to light, wind, and dark for everybody. That's insanely good. 60% sword, greatsword, and gun in peril. I like the gun part. That's like a lore thing, but still nice to have. So like everything here is looking pretty good to me. It's looking pretty good. Also, similar to what the Charlotte had, the Christmas Charlotte, where she has resistances at the start of battle. He'll have 200% light resistance at the start of the battle, which is insane. Alright, and light imbue, leader skill, we already talked about that. Pretty good leader skill. And we already mentioned this before, but just 50% damage increase for the Guardians, plus 100% LB damage, plus 300% stab buff. And remember that these stack, or these stack on top of other buffs separately. So you can have 400% stats from an actual buff, and then have this on top. So that's quite good. And then he has very good damage. He has multiple elements, but you're going to be using light. 1,280 times, really good. So very powerful unit. He has so many things he wants to do, so many things he can do. Also, wow. They're really trying to make him into like a physical tanker plus A damage dealer, yeah, definitely at this point. That's crazy. That's crazy stats. I don't think he has any defense true to wield, it looks like. Oh, he does, 300%. Wow. Plus, oh my... Okay, so you have to equip his TMR or S TMR. There's no way around that. You have to do that. Those are insane stats. They really tried to make him work, guys. That's crazy. And if you go to EX3, you get 500 more defense. Pretty good. They really tried. I think they succeeded. I'll have to see if it's actually worth it to make him into a physical tank, because you don't really need those most times. But you could still be a provoking tank. So I think I'm going to give him, with all that he can do, he has multiple damage turns, really good. I really like this. This is going to be very helpful in probably some situations. He has these ability things that he can do, I guess, whatever. It doesn't really matter, probably. And most New Age Plus damage dealers have this nowadays, where they have like ability chaining and stuff. I don't really use them all that much because the cooldowns are just not really there. Like, the cooldowns are not really lining up to where you would want to use them. But I guess they're there in case you need to use them for some reason. Yeah, I think he's quite good. I'm going to go ahead and give him a 9.5 out of 10. I think that's worth it. Very good damage, and Squall finally is a very strong, powerful character, and not some kind of nostalgia bait filler character like all the other ones have been. I mean, to be fair, the last one was okay, but the first one was definitely nostalgia bait. They didn't make him good, they just made it so, oh, it's Squall, pull for him. This one, I actually don't think they can even really do that anymore. They have to make good characters. So this guy is very good. I'm gonna probably try to pull for him a little bit. Anyways, Laguna. TMR is abysmal. S TMR is fine for him, I guess. And surprisingly, he's actually quite good too. He has 300% light. I was not expecting that. Usually the other character is not as good, but he has 300% light amp for himself too, which is insane. Plus he has killers for him and one other person. Multiple killers, 250%. He also has 90% defensive spirit break. It's crazy. Like, he also has 75% light and parallel field. The buff thing, the 600% buff for himself and one ally. And he has the mirage stacks, and also he has a smaller break. Yeah, that's crazy. He has some ability modifiers and stuff. I don't really care about that, to be honest. Doesn't really matter to me. But apparently he has a leader skill now? I thought he didn't have one. He doesn't have an overdrive. I thought he didn't have a leader skill, but apparently now he does. His damage is not going to be as good as Squall, but you're supposed to use him with Squall because they're both 24 hits. So you really want to use them both together, so they kind of got you. They want you to pull for both of them. Good luck with that. He's good, but you probably want to pull for Squall mainly. If you can only pull for one or the other, you're going to go for Squall. It's Squall, guys. Come on. It's the first good Squall ever, pretty much. The other, like I said, the previous one was okay, but he didn't last very long. I think this guy will last a lot longer because 300% amp is crazy. His damage is going to be skyrocketing to extreme levels. That's pretty cool. I'm going to give Laguna, because he can do a lot of things too, I'm going to go ahead and give him an 8.75 out of 10. I think he's quite good too. But like, out of the two, you're probably going to go for Squall. But if you're like mega rich, you probably want to go for both. I don't even know if there are any mega rich players out there anymore, but if you are somehow, or if you're a JP player, like you're a Japanese player watching my channel for some reason, you definitely want to go for both. Like, there's no doubt. They're both good. So that's it for the video, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you, as I always do. There aren't very many left of you here watching these videos, but I'm still going to make them for as long as I can. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.